You need an annual physical. You need to see the dentist twice a year, and you need your vision and probably your hearing evaluated occasionally. But there's another checkup you ought to add to your checklist, and this one helps you keep financially fit. Jim Lineweaver is here to help you take the pulse of your portfolio. Jim is a certified financial planner professional with the Lineweaver Financial Group. Welcome back.
Thanks for having me.
So we're talking actually about an annual asset allocation evaluation. What does that mean?
Yes, well, this is going to be your financial checkup. So when you look at your asset allocation, what you're really going to do is take kind of everything in your portfolio and see what that mix is. So when you're considering stocks, bonds, and mutual funds and things along that nature, you got to make sure they're categorized right and they're the right percentages you want. Traditionally, when you're younger, you may be able to take on more risk. As you get older, you know, you want to make it more conservative. But in today's world, with all the dynamics and everything going on, it's very important on an annual basis to make sure that you have your portfolios invested in the right buckets.
Okay, and you know, we're just past the beginning of the year. We probably have all of our paperwork in order from our various financial institutions. What do we do with it?
Yes, this is a great time to review all that. So you're probably trying to go through all those papers and maybe have the New Year's resolution to get organized and stuff. So if you need help, let us know. But what you want to do is this is where you're going to actually look at putting all your portfolio kind of into one summary. So we have a chart for your viewers because what it actually looks at is stocks, bonds, and mutual funds. And let's say you started the year and your mix was actually, you know, about 60% in equities and you had 30% fixed income, and you always want the cash reserve, which is about 10%. But let's say it was a good year and the equities ran up to 65%. So as opposed to potentially losing that in the future, you might want to bring that risk back. So take some of those winnings off the table, get yourself back to a 60% equity, 30% fixed income, and keep your 10% in cash. So that's where we rebalance the portfolio and look at that allocation, and on an annual basis really makes the most sense.
Okay, depending on what the market is doing and what you're trying to accomplish.
Exactly.
So, but there are some areas I assume that we have to be aware of and take a look at no matter what kind of portfolio that we're really looking at.
You do, because what you want to take into consideration is all the world economic environments, and it's kind of tough if you're running your day-to-day job and things along that nature. So this is where you really want to try to rely on a professional. But there are kind of bull markets out there. There are bad markets. Bulls are good, by the way. That means the market's going up and we're all making money. If the market's going down, you know, that's a bear market. So depending on what type of market that we're facing, or maybe even it's just a stage of your life you're going through. You're about to enter retirement, or maybe if you're younger and you're going to start paying for kids' education, things along that nature. You have to make adjustments for this in your portfolio so you don't get blindsided. And being very proactive is a lot better than being reactive. So, you know, if you need to take some more money off the table because you know you have a car purchase coming up in the next year, or you have some things on your bucket list, there's maybe some travel and things that you might want to do, that's where you can take advantage of some of these things. Because what we find is that in the first few years when people retire, they actually may want to spend a little bit more money than they should be.
Go crazy.
Exactly, right. I don't want to go too crazy. But there might be some years where you're in good health, knock out the bucket list, maybe 5 to 10 years, and then you're going to get to a period of time where maybe your spending goes back down a little bit. So you have to make adjustments for that because you don't want to be taking money out of your stock or equity portfolio when it might be down, especially in these volatile times.
You got to really look at it annually, huh?
You do. Well, sometimes even more than that.
Okay. It's time for a fiscal physical. Make sure your assets are appropriately allocated by reviewing all of your options annually. And for help, give Jim a call. The number's next.
For more information, call the Lineweaver Financial Group at 1-888-313-4009 or click to www.lineweaver.net.